What's up? This is Drvco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to Audi
Podcast.
Oh.
Period.
I didn't. I'm finna do it right now while we on. What's up, y'all? I'm finna take a picture for my IG. Let them know that we recording. We back in this thing one more again for the old and the new and the bro code.
Take the picture.
All right.
Dang. Can't give colors nothing.
Stop calling it colors. Hold on, I need to.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Audi Podcast. What's happening? Today I was researching some other Atlanta podcasts to collab with. It's just the only issue that I'm coming across with is they don't really post new episodes consistently. And, I don't know. To me, that just kind of makes me, I don't know. I think, to me, like if you post once every few months, it don't come off as serious, and it kind of makes me wonder if it's worth the collaboration. But I've just been looking at other podcasts that we could collab with and stuff like that. But I want them to be as consistent as we are.
Yeah. I think big. Anytime I feel like we need to do something, I always go for the biggest. I do believe in networking next to us, networking beside us, because I definitely learn a lot from people that are just regular people that are around me. I learn a lot. Like, I have so many conversations with people that, that in my head, I'm like, dang, I look at them, I'm like, dang, I didn't even know they would do something like that. And they would put me on to a lot of stuff. But just certain skills and just certain things I need to know about just life, like simple stuff like cars, like something I ain't know about my car, or something I know about my credit. Or
do you ever think about, like, I know for me, I think if anybody doesn't know me, they wouldn't, like, if they went on my Instagram or something, they wouldn't know like what I do for a living. I like to learn what people's career is, because you'll be so shocked sometimes. It's like, dang, you make compost in your backyard and you sell it to puppies? Like, that's crazy. I just would have never guessed.
What?
So anyways, what you been up to this week?
So I've been really busy per usual, thank goodness. I've been busy just working with clients, and then of course working on the shows I'm working on. I'm really just trying to get my house together still. I mean, it still looks good, but so I've been trying to figure that out, but I've been trying to just get my house together. Like, I want to finish furnishing my apartment. I've come to the conclusion that once I do furnish it, I don't think I'm going to move. If I'm not buying because my goal is to buy a condo. Mm-hmm. I want a high-rise condo. But if I can't buy that by the end of the year, which I'm sure I can, but if I don't, just, because stuff happens, I'm not moving.
Yeah,
I'm not moving.
So I do. You know what's funny? I think I mentioned this before, but on my first home that I ever bought and the second one, I never really decorated. Especially my first condo, it was very you got a sofa, you got a bed, perfect. I mean, I had furniture, but I never put any effort into decorating it. But my condo now, honey, can't tell me. That's how I know I ain't going nowhere for a long time.
Yeah, like I won't say I never really decorated my homes before, but my apartments before, I didn't put a lot of effort into it. I just bought like the same color furniture.
Yeah.
I didn't put any thought into it. Like, I didn't put any work on the like artwork on the wall. Just, I don't know.
I think the reason why I didn't decorate much before is because I was like, I know I ain't gonna be living here long. I ain't gonna be moving all that stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not. That's literally the reason why I'm not moving. Like, I'm buying all this stuff now, and I'm really liking how it looks. The only thing that I don't like about my apartment is that I have carpet and I don't have a ceiling fan in my room because I can't really sleep without the fan. But
you don't have a portable fan?
I don't really like portable fans. I had one from Target. I bought one, but it didn't really give me the same effect. Like, I think that the fan above me just really gave me my life, and it's everything from the sound of the fan and the feeling of it. Like, that is pacifying to me, I guess.
Do you keep the window open?
I don't know. I do, but it's still not the same feeling because sometimes it gets too cold. And then last night I enjoyed that rain, but it was so hot, so I had to cut the air on. And when I cut the air on, I slept like a baby. I ain't slept like that in like a month. Because it's been so cold. I just don't really sleep well in the wintertime because I get hot, and I have to sleep with 2 covers on me. So I have to have my house cold when I go to sleep because I have to sleep. That's why I need to just get a weighted blanket, because I think that's what it is.
And a heated blanket. Let me tell you something, baby.
Oh, I can't do the heated blanket. I wouldn't go to sleep.
Well, you know
And,
me, I be cold when it's 100 degrees outside. So,
and I know you can't be cold anyway because you got allergies. So I mean,
oh
I
my
get it.
God. So, you got a Black Business of the Week?
Yes. So I have a Black Business of the Week. It is my girl Shelley. So I met Shelley. I'm gonna give backstory on her. I met her when I was working at Glam Bar during like 2009, 2011, 2012, whatever year I started working there. But she used to come and get her hair done there. And at that time, I used to have a lot of clients from the AUC. That was like a big part of my clientele because I used to go to Market Fridays and I would promote my business. And then I would also set up like a table out there and do like lashes and brows, like small stuff, you know, on campus. Because, of course, college girls, it's a weekend. The girls want to be cute. So I'm like, $150 in a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, that was a lot of money for me. So
Don't tell Super.
like I said, it was in 2009. Back then, I could have got a 1-room apartment for $500. A decent 1-bedroom apartment in Atlanta is gonna run you about $13. So you do the math, Miss 150. Anywho, so Shelley over the years she has she started to become a chef, and I don't know if she went to school for it or what, but she ended up opening up a restaurant which was like a grassroots version of Fresh to Order. That's just my hot take on it. I think she ended up selling the building to somebody else, and she started to just make meals like on Instagram, and the meals would pop off. And she love her meals because they look clean. Like I hate looking at those Instagram chefs and it looks like a bunch of slop and gravy and just like, I mean, when it calls for that, I'm okay with that. But I hate looking at like really messy food. And I feel like her food looks very fresh. It looks clean. And recently she just started doing like, before Corona, she started doing like cooking classes. Like she would rent out a house and she would have like couples come in and she would give them all a hot plate and she would literally teach them how to cook a meal, and she would provide like her own seasonings, and she'll provide the food, and she also have like personalized like aprons and stuff. Like it was so cool. I wanted to do it, but of course Corona stopped it. But
And you got to be a couple, so.
No, you can go with your friends. Like it wasn't necessarily a couple thing, but it looked to me like that was something that would be good for like a couple to do. But you can go with your friends though.
My bad.
So her personal page is Shelley London. If you just want to get to know her, but her business page is called The Cooking Code with Chelsea. I love her stuff. I like literally every time she posts food, I'm like, girl, this looks so good. Like her seasonings, everything. Like I love it.
Okay, cool. Well, you guys know, as always, we'll put the information in the episode notes. Now I don't know who the head is, but they said supporting a Black business add more days to your life. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so
what you got on the shop talk, baby? What's up with the shop talk today?
Let's get into the shop talk. So word on the streets saying that Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan is a publicity stunt.
It's one of the most sickening publicity stunts ever, because let me tell you something. They're, to me, just looking at them from the outside looking in, they're both physically pleasing to see together. Like I enjoy watching them. I don't know.
You know what? Michael B. Jordan, I never understood the like obsession with him.
Me either.
I think it's the Jaws for me.
He's very handsome, but I think that he just looks like somebody who I could have went to high school with or something. Like
right. So yes, I do think he's very attractive. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like, oh, Michael B. Jordan attractive. It's kind of like, okay, yeah.
Like not when there's people that look like Morris Chestnut out here. No shade.
Right. No, for real. Even Morris Chestnut today.
Yeah. Taye Diggs, even though he a coon, Taye Diggs fine. Like I don't know.
Taye Diggs a coon?
Coon, baby.
What'd he do?
Look it up on your own.
Hold on, we're gonna look this up right now. I'm about to say, hey Google, is Taye Diggs a coon? So this is what it say, the headlines. I ain't read the story yet. Y'all know I'm a real advocate for not just going by the headline, but if I could guess what Drvco is talking about, it says, this was February 28th, 2018. Taye Diggs said he wasn't raised to be racist, and that's why he dated white women. Now, did he say it like that? Okay, here you go.
It was a lot going on like with that.
Okay, cool. Well, we ain't got to say no more. Dang, Taye Diggs.
Coon, but he cute. He's a handsome man. Apparently, it's like coon of the day to say this. Let's see what happened, because this happened back in 2007 as well.
Oh, Jesus, when we was in high school.
So, yeah, like I really do think that they're both physically pleasing to the eye. Speaking of Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan, like I think that out of all her boyfriends in the industry, that one just works the best for me physically.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like success, like as far as like goals, if people really want to talk about goals, I think that somebody like Michael B. Jordan would be a better catch than somebody like Trey Songz and Future. Just, it's just the way that Michael B. Jordan carries himself. Like I like a man that dresses well, and I don't mean like clean, like fresh, like swag. I mean like dress like nicely, like I love a button down and some what I'm saying, some little this, some little that. But I do think it's interesting because when she was with these other guys, they will always post her and she would never post them. But with the Michael B. Jordan, it's like, all right, 30 seconds in, hey hey turtle, hey nugget. Yeah, so
oh my gosh.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, but I it makes me think about like the situation where people say Black China was paying dudes to be with her. I just think like,
that was proven fact.
Was it?
That was proven fact. She was her record labels were paying her like $50,000-$60,000 to be in a relationship with her for 4 months.
Well, how was this proven? Did it leak or something?
Contract was on the table.
That is a huge, you know what? I mean, I know money is money, and Black China is somebody who literally don't care. You can't say nothing to her feelings. But I think that's like social suicide to be in a fake relationship.
Oh, for sure.
Especially with Lori Harvey. People do kind of praise her for being in certain relationships, but she's just so young. I don't know. Whatever, ain't none of my business, I guess. Sight is always our business when it's accessible on the internet. All right. You got anything you want to add to Tweets Furnish? To Shop Talk?
So Shop Talk, yeah, of course I do. It was a lot of tea on the streets this week. First of all, let me just shout out, not shout out, but let me just point out how disgusting the video of Dream I saw. She had some random girl in the club spit in her mouth. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, that wasn't her friend?
Even still, if it was her friend.
Yeah, that's disgusting. No, you're right. I'm just clarifying. Yeah, that is disgusting. This is an anti-Dream Doll stand account. I'm sorry. I have never forgiven her for what she did on Bad Girls Club, and I don't care.
What did she do?
She was a bully, and she got kicked out like on day 1.25 for being a bully.
Oh.
And it wasn't literally that soon, but it was soon.
She dating one of the finest men in the industry right now, finest rappers. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't gonna get on there right now.
You see what happened? You see mama friend messaged the neighborhood talk with all these screenshots about her being blindsided.
Sound reminiscent of the baby, but we gonna move on.
So you should have seen them. Well, you probably seen them comments, but this girl was like, "Dang, I thought I was the only one that knew about him."
Yeah, like nobody really knows about him, but I think I talked about this on the show before on how like the new thing is to date somebody who, like, it used to be for girls to do this. Like, this was known fact that women would date people, like date men in the industry to get on. Like that would be the opportunity. But I think that Offset opened up a door for that for men. And the reason why I say that is because for the longest, Offset wasn't the most popular group member of the Migos. It was Quavo. And so when him and Cardi started dating, that was like his pop out. Like he released that album and people started looking at him more. He had more endorsement deals. They were doing stuff together. They were seeing a lot. He had like a lot of publicity. So I guess people like looked at that and they were like, you know what? You
think that helped Migos in general?
I don't think that anything could help them currently because I feel like
I'm talking about during that time. It made more people, because Cardi B is one of those artists that didn't have to become a crossover artist. It just kind of happened. And Migos kind of crossed over too, but in a different kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'm just wondering if him being with Cardi made them get more looks.
Him, yes. Them, no. I don't think that it made them.
Okay.
I don't think it did anything for them because at that time they were still a bigger artist than her.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it helped, but I noticed a pattern. Like I noticed that a lot of men that are rappers and they kind of like low key, or not, people don't know too much about them, they end up putting these girls who have more clout than them, and then they become mean, and then now you're paying more attention to the guy. So I think that's like one of those situations. Because like,
so you think that's what's going on with Bankroll Freddie and Dream Doll?
Yeah, like he probably genuinely likes her. He probably think like, because she's not an unattractive girl. Like she's very attractive to me.
You don't. But who you think is benefiting from that situation? Though? I don't think it's Freddie.
Nobody. More people know Dream Doll than Freddie, and
I mean, yeah, you're right. Let me not be like that.
Yeah, like more people know her. Like her music, her recent music she's been collaborating with some people that are known. So it's like he don't know. Nobody knows him. Nobody. We know him.
No, you're absolutely right. I guess for me, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking they would do that so their music could get more streams. But I don't know. You know, I don't keep up with Dream Doll. I am aware that she has always had a big audience. Even before she got famous on Bad Girls Club, she always kind of been like, you know, super popular. But no, you're right. And I feel like ever since JT posted him on her story that day, people been kind of like looking his way. He signed a QC from Arkansas, you know, small, like not small, but like a little known area known for talent. So I get it. You're right. Dream Doll would give him a look, and Dream Doll be with Taye. Taye is in that clique. You know what I'm saying? So okay, you're right. I ain't gonna be no hater.
Yeah, like people really go that deep. Like it's been said that sometimes that people would like. Male rappers were just trying to get close to Taye himself just so they can help they boost their career, because it's been said that people have been saying that 2 times is gay because he's seen too much with arrogant Taye. But in my head, I'm like, he's just probably doing that just to get some clout.
Yeah, and to be honest, back to Dream Doll, them, they probably not even together. She just was dancing on him at the club twice.
Well, it was very intimate. So next on the docket, we have Miss Jojo Siwa.
Oh,
let me just
go ahead.
Let me just say, y'all wrong for these memes talking about she coming in to replace Ellen. I can't believe how.
Hold on, is JoJo funny? Ellen is funny.
Ellen is funny, but I think that they just comparing just like kind of personalities. She has that like very hyper personality. And we don't really know so many popular white lesbians, to be honest.
And honestly, like, Ellen had a tough time when she came out. She really paved the way for JoJo.
Yeah. But I think that she's unfavorable at the moment. So I think that people just like, girl, okay, bye, Ellen, hello, JoJo. But I'm actually happy for her. I kind of peeped it a while ago. Just I don't know, something about, I felt that vibe from her. Like I was like, JoJo give me that I'm like, she doesn't, in my head, I just tried to picture her as an adult, because isn't she like 17 or 18?
Yeah, she's like getting grown. She's up there. And she's been famous since she was like little. Mm-hmm. And you remember she did that Wipe It challenge? She was giving like,
yes, I remember that when I was like,
oh, JoJo, okay, girl.
Yeah, like, okay. But that's cool though. And her clapbacks was funny this week because she ain't really been saying that. Like people kept saying like,
yeah, she don't know. Yeah, somebody was like, my daughter never listened to you again. She said, okay.
Yeah, like, am I supposed to be mad? Like,
I'm happy for her. I mean, honestly, I'm happy for anybody that is able to comfortably, be who they really are and not be really worried about, backlash or anything like that. I think that's one of the few benefits of social media is people have like, it has really, like, sometimes I'm on my Explore page and I see like people with hundreds and thousands of followers and they're like a dwarf or a little person. They might not have no legs. I mean, just all these different things. When before this era, people like they are looked at like as some kind of anomaly, but they actually are able to be who they are and still kind of get positive attention. I think that's really cool. And I mean, as far as JoJo, like I even think about when Frank Ocean came out as gay or when Ellen came out as gay, it was taboo. And it's, it's still taboo to some people, but today it's way, way different than it was before.
That's why Beyonce the GOAT. He always said that Beyonce is the one who encouraged him to come out publicly about him being gay.
Oh,
the GOAT.
If 100 people could have told me if Beyonce was one of them, I'm gonna give her credit too. Oh, you know what? We never talked about us having a new president. Joe Biden is in the Biden has officially been sworn into the new office. I don't know about y'all, but I feel safer already.
Listen, it's a whole new vibe. The air is different out here.
It's different. That Biden.
I don't know what. I don't know. I think that Trump made racists just so comfortable to walk around freely.
Absolutely.
That now that Biden is in office, I feel like they've been kind of like scaling back, especially after that Capitol thing, because now they're seeing that everybody is getting put on that no-fly list, and they are acting a fool about it.
Okay, imagine being an advocate for the travel ban and then getting banned from travel. But I don't think it's over. I think they're going to be back. I saw something today about Trump establishing the office of the former president of the United States. Basically, it's going to be his way of like communicating stuff since he can't be on social media. And I think that's really why we feel like we haven't seen nothing, because he ain't been on social media. And apparently, like, people have been like Googling him less and less. So I just hope we can move past that era. But now, don't get me wrong. I've always been about Biden. I've never really been a huge fan, but so far, I mean, even along the end of the campaign trail, when it was time to vote for him, I did feel much comfortable with my decision on voting for him. And I'm reading Obama's book right now, which I'm sure was all part of the plan to make people, like him a little bit more and just understand the things that, it takes to be the president. And I have a lot of respect for every president. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't think they're good, but the type of stuff you have to deal with is shocking. It's crazy, but anywho.
Let me just throw this out there. I'm gonna need Ming Lee and Karen Civil to hop on the Audi podcast once I need to collab.
Yeah, you really got to plug with that. You need to while you trying to manifest it, go ahead and dial them numbers. Because I'm pretty sure you got both of their phone numbers. So
I do have both of their phone numbers. However, I didn't go in on Ming, but I definitely responded to her their Clubhouse discussion because I felt like it was in response to mine.
Wait, you didn't talk about it on the podcast?
So I had because this is recent, but Ming was a part of that group, Ming, Super, all them other people. But I don't know if everybody who's listening are familiar. I ended up creating a Clubhouse chat about the conversation that Asian Doll brought up about that makeup artists shouldn't charge more than $150 for a service. And the chat went really well. I did it because, for one, I'm tired of making posts on Instagram. I feel like those posts get really redundant. People don't read them.
They sure don't.
Look over them. Like, I feel like it's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So
sometimes they don't even watch a video, because I know I don't. I be tapping through everybody's video. I'm sorry, y'all. You could be talking about if you watch the whole thing through, you get $100 million, and I'm like tap.
And I get that. So in my head, I'm like, you know what? We have this new platform, or it's old, but it's a popular platform at the moment that people are on. I'm like, I can literally just talk to people who want to listen to it, and I can collaborate with other artists that feel the same way that I do, and we can all speak on the same topic. So that's what I did. And child, I had so many listeners in that room. Like, it was. I tried to
stay in. I couldn't stay for the whole thing, but I was definitely listening.
Yeah, did you see that we had that? It was some rappers in there.
Who was in there?
Tokyo Jet. She was one of them.
Did she speak?
Nah, they were just eavesdropping.
Yeah.
So they ended up coming in or whatever. So I'm sure the conversation was brought up elsewhere.
Yeah.
And they ended up creating one in a rebuttal to that one. Just basically saying like, what should the rates be? And I just didn't feel like that was appropriate because especially with Ming, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I said that, and I was just kind of disappointed in her for even doing that, and I don't really know too much of what she said because I wasn't in the group, so I don't know if she would, in agreement with that or if she was in disagreement with that. But for somebody who was previously in the beauty industry, she's still currently in it.
I mean, I'm about to say she's definitely still in it.
But she used to be a stylist herself, is what I'm saying. Like, she was behind the chair at one point. Still, I don't like the fact that people just trying to cheapen what we have going on just because it's more accessible. You know what I'm saying? I understand that everybody is a makeup artist these days, and it's easy to pick up some brushes and makeup and call yourself a makeup artist. But are these people really makeup artists? Are they really studying the skill? Do they really know how to put makeup on types of skin and all type of people? Do they know how to clean their brushes and tools properly? Are they going to make it to where when you get on your platform, as far as TV, a photo shoot, anything, that you're not going to look yellow and your skin not going to look the same. You look the same color as your body. People don't understand that. They don't understand color theory. Like, it took years for me to learn that. I worked at Mac for 5 years, and I took the time. Like, I was getting paid a good amount of money to work there, but I couldn't live off that money. Now that I'm away from that, I paid my dues. Like, I paid my dues, and I learned the proper techniques and the proper terminology and the proper skill to be able to charge and do what I do today. And I don't feel like somebody who isn't in my field, for one, just because and they all have businesses which aren't cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy. And I think they look at it as just like, oh, all you did is put a little cream and a little shadow. This is how I feel. I know I'm not a makeup artist, but I think that everybody should be able to charge whatever they want to. It's no different from having a job and feeling like you deserve a raise, but your company being like, this the going rate. You know what I'm saying? Or they'd be like, if you had more experience, then we could pay you more. It's the same concept. It just is what it is. And it's just not fair for people. It's like, it's almost like, well, next time you want a cheeseburger, I want you to expect what you get at STK from McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all about the quality. It's about the experience. It's about the knowledge. It's about what you're going to get out of it. It's just crazy to me. And like you said, like hairstylists, like when you first start off doing hair, you might charge a lot less. You need to prove yourself. And not saying that you owe the client that necessarily, but what are you doing for me that's going to make me feel comfortable paying you the same thing as I could pay the person that did Michelle Obama hair? Okay, cool. It is disappointing seeing any person with a platform or a business speaking out against that, saying that makeup artists charge too much. So that means if you don't like your makeup artist, then say that, because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, Asian, I tried to come back and clean it up by saying that she was talking about makeup artists in the hood because James Charles called her.
She was not talking about makeup artists in the hood.
Even still, why would you even be comfortable with charging the people in the hood who are trying to do something? I mean, because they could easily be robbing your family to get what they want, but they took the time to learn a skill to make money, and yet still you're trying to nickel and dime them, but you're willing to pay a white person that lives in Hollywood their money. Like, that's okay. That's okay for them. I don't like that, because people, I've been presented that same situation, how people will be like, you charging that like we in Hollywood, like them big artists. I am a big artist. I'm black and I'm in Atlanta.
What's the difference? Like literally because they are located in Los Angeles?
I don't know. They all think they're like Hollywood, but the thing is, people from Hollywood want me to come there, and they want to pay me double and triple than what I'm trying to charge you. Yeah. So really, I'm eating myself, but I'm only, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that people would do that, because the people in Hollywood learn from us. Like, they look at the people from the quote unquote hood and they steal some of our, I won't say steal, well, they borrow they get inspired. Some of our trends. Yeah, inspired by some of our trends and our techniques and our looks. And then they take it to Hollywood and put a big price tag on it. And now, oh my gosh, we got this major star who's an A-list celebrity with this on, and now it looks like a trend. You know what I'm saying? We created that. We created it in the hood. So it's like, I don't understand that. Influencer or not. I don't service influencers because the influencers have what they call influencer rates, which I get. Like, they get people from Instagram. And I think this is the conversation that came up about Olivia. And I don't even fault Olivia, because the thing is, she was working with a influencer. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you work with an influencer, people don't really know this, but of course, influencer is somebody who uses their page to promote stuff. And of course, they have a rate for that. So if you're a makeup artist or a hairstylist or somebody and you're working with a specific influencer, they're not going to pay you a full rate. They're going to pay you an influencer rate because they're going to post you on their page in return for a promotion. So your rate may be $200 for a full face, a house call for a full face.
And see, I would think that they would pay you a little less only because you get several bookings from them. They got several different campaigns to shoot for, maybe in a week.
No, it's just because they're gonna tag you in it. So you're gonna get a lot of, people coming and look. Like, people will literally book them just because she does Ari's makeup. Mm. Even if they don't like the makeup like that, they're like, oh, I go to Ari's makeup artist, I go to Jada's makeup artist. Yeah. And they'll get money off of that. So I understand that. And I never faulted her for that. But I just didn't like the way that I've always been on Olivia's side of the thing of that situation. Yeah. A lot of artists don't stand with me with that. And I get it. Like, I don't care, but I just felt like when it comes to working with influencers, you have to understand what you're working with. And this is why I choose not to work with them unless they pay me my rate.
Period. You don't pay your dues and they're going to pay theirs. Okay.
I'm not even going to argue about it. I'm going to argue with them about no more. The dues been paid.
Period. Okay, cool. All right, so let's transition into tweets from the streets. I hope I'm saying this person's name right, but it says Life of Owls or AIS. I can't tell, honey, but basically she said, I actually think canceling plans because you don't feel like it is actually quite rude if someone is counting on you. Another example of selfish behavior that people will do to their friends, but never their partners, by the way. I absolutely disagree. I think it's selfish to think that someone is obligated to show up for whatever plans you have for them, regardless of what they got going on. Now, if somebody don't feel like it, that should just be a sign to you to not invite them every single time if that's kind of the energy they give you every time. But sometimes I don't be feeling like it. And they don't got nothing to do with how I feel about you. My bed is very comfortable and it's very big.
Here's my thought on that too. I'm a person who is a what I would call ambivert. I think that's the right word. Like I'm definitely
introverted and extrovert.
Yeah. And it just depends on my mood. And I'm not always in the mood. And this is why I love to live by myself. And it is imperative for me to live by myself because I need to have moments where I'm separated from people so that I can, regroup, get my life together, think about what I need to think about, deal with it, and move on. I personally don't really agree to go places with people like far in advance because I know that for a fact by the time that event come up, I'm not gonna go.
Your mind gonna change. Yeah, so many circumstances can impact that.
I'm not gonna go, and most of the time it's just because I'm not really into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fine. And I don't need people to make me feel bad about it. Mm-hmm. And even though you can't, I'm still at the end of the day, I'm still not gonna go. So
right, it's like okay, so and I want to speak to the second part that she said. She said people will do this to their friends, but never to their partner. Me and my man will always be like, I don't feel like doing this. Or, I don't want to do this. Sometimes we'll be like, oh, we both off today. I'll see you tomorrow. Like it's just not serious. It's like then people who come out against their own will anyway. Now you wonder why they got an attitude or they being distant, they doing all that. It's like I get it. I get you might be disappointed because they don't feel like it, but at least they ain't make up a lie about how they rabbit got stuck under the sofa.
Okay.
Anywho, so that was tweets from the streets. Tell me what y'all think. Follow us on Instagram at Audi Podcast. Leave a comment. Tell us how you feel. All right, so for this week's topic, I sent this to Drvco a couple of hours ago and actually saw it. It was going to be a tweets from the street, but I feel like it requires a little bit more explanation. So here we go. So it says, this is, I
said, let's do it.
So the person who tweeted this is Music Taryn, and it says, I'm never splitting the bill evenly amongst the group. Why everybody can't just pay for their own food? Why am I paying for things I didn't order? Y'all just be ordering things you can't afford or wouldn't order alone, be wanting other people to cover the tab too. If I ate $25 worth of food, that's what I'm paying, plus a tip. Okay, I've never been in a situation where we split the bill evenly. You did that before?
No, I have never done that, but I've been in situations where people have like complained because we didn't split the bill evenly.
I don't understand.
I don't understand that either. So here, let me just put my 2 cents in on it. I don't believe in that. Let me tell you something. If it's my birthday and I'm having a birthday dinner at a restaurant, I don't expect people to pay for my food. I expect for people to order what they can afford or what they want and pay for that. I'm gonna always choose split the bill. And I understand that they may be just looking out for the server, just the convenience of the server, because of course that can be a lot for them to have to sit there and split the bill. But I mean, if the restaurant offers seating like that and they can't split the bill, I'm gonna have them split it. I'm sorry.
I never been nowhere where they can't split the bill either. It's kind of should be expected at this point.
I've been places that claim they couldn't split the bill, but they just don't want to because of the situation. And I also been in situations where it's like, oh, you just pay for it and we'll all cash up you, and then it's always
we don't play that type of game.
One or two people that don't.
We're gonna gun check everybody at the forehead on the way out.
Yeah, I'm not really a freaking a fan of that. I think that people who make people feel bad about that are fucking dumb. Like at the end of the day, you pay for it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Since you feel so adamant about that, pay for everybody's meal because that means you got it. You're comfortable with that. We don't live the same life, and people. I don't expect people to do that. If I'm bringing you to a dinner, or if I invite. Here's the thing. Here's my thing about dinner dates or dinner invites. When it comes, even if you're a friend, if I invite you out to dinner, I'll pay for your food because I invited you here. I'm like,
I always pay for people food, and I'm talking about I don't pay some bills.
Yeah, like come out with me. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a birthday dinner and it's something that everybody's coming to, and it's like 10 to 12 people, of course, pay for your own food. Why would you?
And that's what the person who posted this tweet said though. They said I'm never splitting the bill evenly amongst the group. Why everybody can't just pay for their own food? I guess I just never heard of the even thing. Now back in my day when I didn't know better, I definitely have split a bill with a boyfriend. But that was decades ago and will never happen again. But yeah, you know what I also think about? I used to, and I still kind of feel this way, but I just never had enough money to follow this policy. I always felt like if you invite people out to like a birthday dinner, you should be paying for their food. Like you should be treating the people to come and celebrate your birthday. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like that.
The person whose birthday it is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm asking you to come out to this restaurant of my choice to eat with me. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that, but it's kind of like having a birthday party and they serving hot dogs and ice cream. Ain't nobody finna come in there and pay for their hot dog and their ice cream. It's just, to me, it's kind of the same concept. Now, I've never actually done that because I haven't had a birthday dinner in a long time, number one. And when I had one, I wasn't finna be spending $1,000 to pay for all these darn folks.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in that either, but that doesn't.
Huh?
I said I don't believe in that either, but that's just me. I'm not. Even if it's my birthday dinner, you don't have to come if you don't. I'm not gonna pay for everybody unless it's like.
I don't think it's that deep, but if I was ever at a point though, if I was financially able, I would definitely pay for everybody's food. I don't know. I just think
for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how I am. Whenever I go out with friends and they be so shocked, I'm just like, I mean, obviously pre-COVID, but I always pay for people's food. It's just not even, and it's not even a bragging thing. It's just kind of like I'm being a friend. Like I don't know.
That's just me too. Like even when it's time to like go on dates, like I'm getting older. So when I was younger, I was that person who was like, so adamant about not paying for dates or just not being for expensive dates, especially when I don't like somebody. But I think I've gotten to the age that if I'm meeting somebody and I'm trying to go on a date with them, I want us to both have a good time. So if it's my time to pay, if it's something that I want to do, we're gonna do it. Like you know what I'm saying? However much it costs. I've spent like $100 on first dates before, $150 on first dates.
In your dating preference, how do you decide who pays for the first date?
It's always the person who asks first.
Okay.
So that's just what it is. I do have friends who think differently. They always feel like, you know, whoever they're talking to should pay, and they shouldn't.
Does it ever have anything to do with masculinity? Like how more masculine?
It can be based off of that. With me, in my experience, even guys who are more feminine than I am, they've paid. So that's not really a thing anymore. I think that just as well as like the average person, they're trying to break gender norms. That's the same thing that's happening in the gay community, because I think that when it comes, I don't know how it happens with white people or different races, but I know specifically in the black gay community, they kind of in some cases, especially back in the day, they would mimic heterosexual relationships. So it will be like you can kind of look at somebody and be like, oh, he in straight terminology, oh, he the boy, that's the girl. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they say. When in actuality, that's probably not true, because there's that in my experience and just what I've seen with my own two eyes. I've seen a situation where it's been a trans woman dating a guy who's clearly like very masculine, looks very thuggish, and the roles were switched. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, I guess it's just like you said, it's just situational.
It's situational. It's just like whatever, and I don't want people to put a label on it, because just because you see this person with this person, and it's like, oh, they're masculine and feminine, they're like, oh, he must be this and he must that. No, don't look at it like that. Like that's not, you know, you have to kind of just separate it from that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that over the time, I've grown to just really accept people for who they are. Because I definitely was that person when I was younger. That's like, oh, I wouldn't date a feminine guy. I wouldn't date this and da da da. Who am I to say that? Would a feminine guy date me? Let's start there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to say that? And then also, I've in my experience, just being free and just allowing things to happen naturally, I've run into some really amazing people. But you know, it's hard though because over time, you just when I was younger, I was very judgmental, like very judgmental, and that's just because of my upbringing.
Me too.
Like I was very judgmental, like, and like I think now I try not to judge. I do have my moments where I have to catch myself, like every day. I'm like, you know, I'll be watching the show, and I'm like, oh my god, like what?
And I judge everything and everybody. I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. I don't mean no harm. It's just a little jokey joke. So I'm interested in knowing the age of the person that tweeted this. Because I think a lot of times these subjects that get Twitter up in an uproar, it be from folks that's like 13 years younger than us. So they will obviously not have the same perspective. Because I'm just trying to think of the last time a bill was an issue in any circumstance. Like,
see, one thing about me, I complain. Because I ain't having no freeloaders around me. I think that it just comes with just my job and people just associate me working with celebrities and working on whatever, you know, the type of job that I have. People just associate me with having a lot of money. And I'm not broke. Let's just put that out there. But I also ain't finna just be taking care of you and just be buying you shit.
Yeah, at all. What you think this is?
Like, you haven't deserved that. First of all, you're not my man or my child.
Oh, period.
So, or my family. But even still, I even because at the end of the day, family is family. Like, I definitely will help you out if need be, but at the same time, I'm not sleeping with you at night. You're not somebody who I have to take care of. You're literally my cousin, my aunt, my sister, whatever. The only person I feel obligated to help is my nieces and nephew. Even then, that's you can get paid too, and not literally paid, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah. No, thank you. You know, at the end of the day, for me, if I'm taking my friends out to eat, if I'm offering, even that it don't even have to be it really gets to the point sometimes where everybody's trying to pay for everybody. It's like, okay, the server probably be like, okay, y'all need to figure this out. I used to hate that.
I love them friends. I love them type of friends where it'd be like, I'm gonna pay. No, I'm gonna pay. No, I'm gonna pay. I'm like, I loved it.
And then I hate to be the one on the musical chairs where they finally stop saying I'm gonna pay. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Second card.
I love that. I feel comfortable. I feel it's appreciated, and it's just a simple fact that you even thought enough to be like, you know, I'll take care of it or whatever the case may be. Like,
it's not even that serious. But I mean, like I said, I guess it depends on how old you are, who your friends are, and maybe what you were capable of doing. But I think the assumption every time should be that everyone is responsible for themselves. You start doing weird stuff when you want to split the bill. That sounds like somebody who had a high bill, if you ask me, and they want to offset it. But anyway, all right. You have anything else you want to add before we wrap up this week?
Rest in peace, Kobe and Gigi.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
What else? Y'all pray for my health. I've been and nothing wrong with me, but I really genuinely want to lose weight. Like, I think about it every day. I dream about it. Like, it's just really, but I just really enjoy food, and I can't, and I do have time to work out, but I just don't be having enough time to work out.
Well, at least you are on your feet a lot, because that helps. Because if you were sitting down a lot like me, you would be picking up weight like me.
Yeah, I walk around a lot, but if I have any tips on how to even get better at moving around and starting to work out, because I need to lose weight. I need to.
Yeah, if you could get this, how I mean, obviously, I should be taking this. I know this much. I try to do this, but anyway, what I try to do each day is at least have smaller meals for the most of the day and have one big meal, but have that big meal maybe for lunchtime. So that way, when it's closer to dinner time, you either might not be that hungry or you've had time to burn off calories from one of your meals. So as long as you can burn off a meal, you can kind of like at least not gain more weight. I don't know.
I try to eat like healthier options, but
sometimes healthier don't mean nothing, because calories matter, fat matter. It's just too much.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like it. Just burn it off.
All right, y'all. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I know you was talking.
I was saying I wish I could just sleep it off.
You can. You actually burn calories in your sleep. The more you sleep, the less weight you gain. That's a fact. All right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your world.
Holla at your girl.
Holla at your girl.
And holla at your girl.
Bye.